Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I'm going to do a bit of a review on a very interesting new card mechanic that's exclusive to the Taverns of Time arena, and that is the infinite minion mechanic. I want to highlight Infinite Murloc. This is probably the most interesting one because, well, we thought it would clearly be pretty good, right? I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger, the tempo just gets better and better, and, well, no, it turns out it actually kind of sucks. Most games just don't go long enough for you to draw this card repeatedly. I even played people with many Infinite Murlocs, and even though they had 2, sometimes 3, they still only drew 1 copy of each one at best. So it just doesn't scale enough. It turns out that if you're playing this, it's actually not really worth it. A good 1-mana play is kind of like a 2-mana minion. So by the time you pass that, you're playing your 3rd one. But because in the very early stages of the game, you actually played crappy things, you're usually behind. So unless you're playing like 4 or 5 of these, tempo-wise, you're actually at a loss. And that's really interesting, despite it being a pretty powerful 1-drop later in the game. It doesn't make up for the fact that you actually lose by playing it earlier on. Now, there is a bit of an exception to this. I have played, at least lately, a decent amount of Warlock in Arena, and Warlock suffers from a different problem that you need to constantly outvalue your opponent, and to do that, you have to actually hero power quite a lot when both players are on 10 mana. And you come to a stage where, if you are up against just an extremely powerful deck, notably I see this against mage opponents who just, well, mage is really crazy good right now. Turns out Cavern Dreamer is like the best card ever in Arena. Who knew? Crazy. Now, what happens is you just run out of cards, so you just can't keep doing that. Now, if I was playing Warlock and I had 1 Infinite Murloc in my deck, that would make the biggest difference. Now, for some reason, that hasn't happened. Even though I've played Warlock a good handful of times this week, haven't been able to find one. I'm not even sure I've played against a Warlock who's played Infinite Murloc. I don't know why it seems to elude Warlock every time, but in theory, it should be really, really good in Warlock, while certainly a lot worse than we had anticipated in all of the other classes. And it's pretty interesting. As far as the other Infinite card, we had the Hunter one. It doesn't really work with the class very well. Might get a decent review out of that card if it was given to a different class, but I wonder how much of these mechanics we will be seeing in the expansions to come. They really do seem like expansion-defining mechanics. I think cards like these would be interesting. This mechanic would be interesting to see some constructed play, as, you know, I like playing fatigue decks, I like playing mill decks in the past, and, you know, they dropped the aggressive mill variations by Hall of Faming Cold Light Oracle, but cards like, you know, Infinite Murloc, if they came in the standard format, I'd just, you know, put a couple of those in my deck and just play solid taunt control warrior with no other win condition whatsoever. And honestly, I think it would win. I think it would win quite a lot. So we'll see. I think they will end up using these mechanics, but for now, Arena is the play area with these, and yeah. I want to give you guys a highlight. It's obviously not a very good highlight of the card, but it's about as good as I've seen. This is it, guys. I've played Taverns of Time just about every day since it's come out. It's almost all that I've done, 5 hours a day, and this is basically the best Infinite Murloc highlight I can come up with, and that tells you exactly how good the card is. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Favorite Black Mirror episode?
Protect the one.
My blade burns with holy fire.
I like the one with the guy that has to like bike for a living to like generate power, and he goes on like the talent show and stuff in the end. I don't know how else to describe it. I think I like that one the most. 15 million credits, is that what it's called? What? All right. That's fine. seems like it'll go well. I think maybe.
What fools these mortals be!
Calculated. Jesus. Just gonna try to get further out of range to establish some small amount of board control, perhaps. I mean, that's like all I could do. So.
How long can this go on?
Crip draws. Yeah. Yeah, lay on hands is synergy with that. See, I guess. Why is it so big?
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Why do I get to see that? Did they playtest this shit? Never, I shouldn't have asked that. Never mind, guys. Never mind.
My will is not my own.
Burn!
For the Alliance!
Next turn's gonna be pretty good.
Spectacular.
Dude, probably didn't see it coming.
The Scourge will devour all.
Not bad. Not bad. I'll give you that one, bro. I'll give you that one. Alright.
Onward, friends, to adventure!
Burn!
Gotta do that.
For the Alliance!
Guess I'm dead to Savage Roar. Yep. Very.
How did I get here?
This is like every arena draft where you have average deck and your opponent has insane cards. I think my deck's pretty good.
Come dance to my song.
Is it still lethal? This is 6 damage, 14, 20. It's still very, very lethal right now.
I can see.
Game. Somehow we won that.